Hello, this is going to be the first video in a series for explaining the installation and operation of the ColFX and DimmerFX engine plugins. Now, since the DimmerFX engine is just the ColFX engine minus a couple of features, we're just going to focus on the ColFX engine. The only difference is going to be that the DimmerFX engine doesn't have a layout. Outside of that, anything that applies to the ColFX engine can be applied to the DimmerFX engine, or rather, the DimmerFX engine doesn't have anything that the ColFX engine doesn't have. So we're just going to focus on the ColFX for installation and operation. Now, this is, as the first video, we're going to go through importing it. This is a multi-part plugin, which means that we don't want to just copy and paste the text from the Lua files into a new plugin item. Two reasons for that. One, we're going to lose the appearance and the names of things. Two, as an extension of losing the names of things, the save file actually is referenced by name. So we are going to lose that functionality when we just copy and paste unless we name it exactly right. It's going to be easier for us to just import this rather than doing copy paste on text editing for 4 separate plugins for each engine. So let's go through that. As a multi-part plugin, we're going to find it in our file system. So right now I am in my flash drive. I'm in my plugins folder, and actually I already have it copied in. I should. We're going to go to my effects engine, and you can put subfolders into your plugins folder if you aren't aware, which makes it much cleaner to keep up with. Sorry, my mouse is bugging out. Effects engines. So we can see in here that for the ColFX engine, we have the one XML file as well as 4 Lua files attached to it. Same thing with the DimmerFX engine. We have one XML file and then we have the 4 Lua files, and they're even labeled part X of Y so you can tell how many you should be expecting to see. This was exported with the plugin multi-export plugin that I have. It's free on my website. If you make any changes that you want to save, any changes to the user config sections, and you want to export them, just use that plugin and you can export it in this same format. Like I said, it's a free plugin on the website. So we have that in our plugins folder, the XML and all associated Lua files. So then we switch over to MA, and keep in mind this is a 4-part plugin. Because MA wasn't designed to, the way they wrote it, they weren't expecting people to import multiple plugins at once. You will overwrite anything in the way. So if I was to start importing here, I would overwrite these 2 plugins. So when you're importing this, be mindful of the number of parts that the plugin has before you import. So we're going to come in here, we're going to say import. We're on my flash drive. Where is it? I'm going to import the ColFX engine. So we get in our 4 plugins here, and then we're going to import our DimmerFX engine from that same location. And as you can see, we had 4 parts import from each of these. In the next video, we're going to go through what each piece does.